Hey guys, it's Matt here, and in this video, I'm gonna explain the worst Apple support experience I've ever had. This video is sponsored by me. What, you think I'm big enough to have actual sponsors yet? Well, anyways, I've got a few things to announce before this video begins. First of all, I've made a Bandcamp account, and I've published my first album there as well. If you want to show your support to me and want a pretty cool album to listen to, if I do say so myself, then a link for it will be in the description. Second of all, I've made a channel email. That's right, if you have any questions that you want to ask me or need me for any reason, you can send an email to me by going to my channel's About tab. And finally, I've moved video editors once again to Final Cut Pro. Sorry Olive, you're great, but the last stable release was 4 years ago. I'm still getting the hang of Final Cut Pro, so please be patient with me if I make any mistakes. Well, that's all, and please don't mind my voice in this video. I was getting over a cold, so it sounds a little off, but yeah, hope you enjoy. So it all has to entail with this iPhone SE. Or, well, I should say, not this SE. This is a replacement I got. That's how bad the experience was, that they just went and gave me a replacement phone because they screwed up the old one so bad. So, to explain the story, we gotta go back to the very beginning. It's December of last year, and I'm trying to daily the iPhone SE for a month. However, even though I get to the end of that month, the battery was so bad that I could not use the phone. So I just went in and I was like, okay, I'll go and get a battery replacement. It was $50 at the time. I think they upped the price since then to $70. It's not important anyways. So I go ahead, go in, get the battery replacement, all is well. It took a little while, but they got the part and it worked. For the most part, I was pretty happy with it. However, I had it sit for about a month or so. Now, I should explain here too, they give you 90 days to bring your phone back in if something goes wrong with the repair. And I get the phone out. It was just sitting on my shelf. I have one sitting over here for some of my older devices, and the screen's popping off. At the time, I didn't know why. I first thought they had put in the battery incorrectly, that they could go in and fix it. I was tempted to open it up myself. Very glad I did not do that. It made me think initially that I wasn't paying attention when I brought the phone back, which made me feel terrible because I could have avoided this whole thing if I had noticed. I was reluctant to bring it in again because the nearest Apple store is like an hour away from where I live, so it makes it really difficult for repairs. So what I decided to do was I went to a local Best Buy, probably not the best choice, but they are an Apple authorized service provider and they're like 6 miles away from where I live. So it was very close. I could just drive in and see if there was anything that they could do. They're an Apple authorized service provider after all, right? They should be able to fix the problem. Well, no, because they say that they only have a 30-day warranty for repairs and that warranty has passed. Even though the Apple store had told me that they had a 90-day warranty and Best Buy's an Apple authorized reseller, I don't understand why they only have 30 days. Apple, you need to fix that. But they said, long story short, we can't do the repair. I decided then, I was like, okay, I gotta drive up there and use a ton of gas in the process. So I went up to the Apple store and showed them, hey, this is what's going on with this phone. What are you guys gonna do about it? And they were like, yeah, no, that's clearly not right. Let's get you sat down with a representative. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get anything recorded, so I'll just explain what all happened. I sit down with a very nice representative. She was very sweet and was very considerate with my problem, so at least there's that. The representatives are pretty good. She sits down, looks at the phone, and I explained to her the problem. I press on the screen a little bit, and the screen kind of warps colors a bit, and she's like, you've got a swollen battery. I was like, what? I did not expect that the battery that they would be giving me was swollen. I thought that it was possible, but I didn't really consider it because the battery was so new. It was only a 30-day-old battery, if not a little older than that, maybe like 50 days. Not long enough where I would think that that would be a problem. So she was like, okay, yeah, we are going to get this covered for you with no charge at all, and we're going to get the battery replaced. So I was like, okay. I left the phone with them, they replaced the battery, and I walk in the store, hopefully expecting this whole saga to be over, and it wasn't. I get the phone back, and I walk out of the store, and I take a closer look at it. And I notice something's not right with this phone. Not only was it dead, the screen is popping off again. Now, this time isn't a result of the swollen battery. This is a result of something much worse. I walk back into the store, not 30 seconds later, I'm like, okay, I just got this back for repair. The screen is still popping off. What's going on? I was there sitting waiting for about like 10 minutes or so. It was a little while, but it wasn't terrible. The next support person I get looks at the phone for a bit, and this is again something I somehow did not notice. It was a very minor thing, but after I looked at it, I was like, holy crap, how did this happen? The phone was bent. The screen was actually perfectly straight. The case of the phone was bent inwards like this. And how the heck that happened, I don't know. I immediately was like nervous because I was like, I need to get this thing covered. This is not right. And so I talked to the woman and I was like, I absolutely did not do this. And she said something weird like, I don't not believe you. Okay, I promise you, I did not break this phone. I don't not believe you. Wait, doesn't that mean you believe me? No. So... At that point, I'm starting to get a little angry. It's like, I have brought this phone in 3 times now, and it has been broken every single time. And this time, I don't know how you're gonna fix this. I was waiting there a little bit, probably like a little while, as they were trying to sort out what was going on with the phone, and they were like, okay, we need to get this phone replaced. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind at that moment, I didn't say anything about it, but it was like, how did you guys not notice that the phone was bent? It's not hard to see that. You look at the phone straight on, and you see the screens coming off, and you can push it in and out. That's not good. So eventually, they just said, we're gonna source you a replacement, and all should be well. And the thing that infuriated me the most is that I had to leave and drive back another time, wasting probably another $30 on gas. So yeah, in the end, I got a free replacement for a battery repair, and normally I would have only had to spend like $50, but since I had to keep driving back and forth over and over and over again, I probably spent an extra $60, $70 just on the trip itself. So it was ridiculous, to say the least, that was something that they thought was acceptable. And the thing that really annoys me is that they didn't say anything when the phone was bent. It is obvious that the screen was coming off. It's like, and you gave it to me that way. But yeah, I finally came out of that with an iPhone SE first gen that's brand new, so it's in pristine condition. The battery health is at 100% because obviously the battery was replaced. That was the whole point of this thing. So yeah, I came out of it pretty well with a new iPhone SE that you don't usually get anymore. With a manufacture date I checked of 2013. I don't know why it says that. This is very much an iPhone SE. It runs iOS 15. So I don't know why it says that. But it does. Battery health, like I said, is at 100%. Cycle count is only 3. It has better battery life than my iPhone 7 does, which is a little sad. Oh, I'm using this for audio. But at least the people there were really nice and were able to remedy the solution as best as they could. The person who gave me this replacement SE said that she was actually pretty worried about it coming in because she said it could take a while. But thankfully it arrived in just a couple days. And like I said, I have it now. I've been very happy with this SE. It honestly, now after having a good iPhone SE with a proper battery and it's not throttling and it's good, this phone I've been actually using as my daily iPhone. The iPhone SE first generation is still a very usable phone, and honestly, if you still have one and you want to get the battery replaced and you hopefully don't go through the mess that I did, it'll actually still be a decent phone. I absolutely love this phone. The way that the home screen is, the small design, it's just everything that this phone has to offer. It has iOS 15, so it is just incredible just how responsive the phone is. And you have the modern amenities like the modern weather app, you get focus modes, you get all that fun jazz. It gives a lot in terms of its price that you can find on eBay for like $50, $60, and its performance. The A9 chip is still really decent for everyday tasks. So yeah, that's my experience. I do plan to make a video on the iPhone 7 here shortly. It'll release after this one will, on just how my experience was with the phone. But yeah, finally, that experience with the Apple Store is finally over. I can get back to not only making videos again, because that was consuming tons of my time, but also just being able to not have to worry about flipping battery replacements all the time. So thank goodness that is all solved. Tell me in the comments if you've ever had an experience like this. I just cannot believe the experience that I had. That was terrible. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you didn't like it, then the other button's there as well. And get subscribed if you like the content that you see on my channel. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.